Oh, hi. Being on Mount Si always makes me think of that TV show, Twin Peaks. But you don't need to be Special Agent Dale Cooper to find the Twin Peaks in the apartment market today. After all, the apartment market isn't nearly as hard as investigating the murder of a homecoming queen like Laura Palmer. Twin Peaks aired in 1990. Coincidentally, 1990 was the second peak year for apartment development in the Puget Sound region. These were all-time record years, 1989 and 1990. And it's taken until this year for us to come close to that again. Not top it, but at least come close. 2013 and next year are both set to be records, not all-time records, but at least record levels of new apartment development for the last 20 plus years. And this year and next year, we're anticipating 159 new apartment developments will open, totaling about 18,000 units in the market. Some of them are large, like Via 6, that opened a couple of months ago. In fact, the top 10%, the biggest 10% of the new projects that will open up this year and next year represent about 30% of the total development activity. So there are some big developments that are taking place. But there's a second set of Twin Peaks in the market these days, and that's apartment sales volume. Now, we didn't track 5 to 19 unit apartment sales until 2000. So this chart shows 20 unit and larger apartment sales activity going back to the early 1980s. And then we've overlaid it with 5 unit and larger sales after 1999. You can see that basically last year was, again, not an all-time record year, but it came close for sales volume. And so far this year, investors have bought close to $900 million worth of apartments. That's just in the first 5 months of 2013. If you annualize that, that would add up to about $2.1 billion for this year. So we see another peak developing 2012 and 2013 on the apartment sales side. There are some very large transactions. Archstone Belltown was a $94 million transaction. That's the largest one so far this year. Actually, the top 10% of apartment sales this year represent almost 2/3 of the total volume. So there have been some very large apartment transactions. So we are seeing another set of Twin Peaks developing on the sales front. This table shows that there were 4 sales over $70 million each that took place so far this year in the market. So we're not just dealing with Twin Peaks. We've got Twin Peaks of apartment development activity with basically the most development we've seen in 20 plus years. We also have Twin Peaks forming for apartment sales activity. And if this year does sort of annualize out to be in the $2 billion range, that would be only the 5th time sales were over $2 billion in all the time that we've been tracking them. So like Agent Cooper says, every day, once a day, give yourself a present. So here's today's present to ponder. All this new development activity is going to fuel more buying opportunities. I hope that you enjoyed this week's weekly apartment update, and you'll come back next week for another update. You can find the article related to this and all of the graphs and tables in a slideshow on our website. The article is called Watching Twin Peaks.